All right, so I'd like to highlight analogy, for this final coaching as well. So everyone will also be exposed with different kinds of analogy tests, and how the words are really in connection, or how the words are really linked together, how we may be able to give the relevance of the or maybe the relationship of those particular words in that particular number. Okay, so let's start with this analogy. Okay, for item numbers 116 to 125, from the given alternatives, choose the option that best represents a similar relationship to the one expressed in the original pair of words. And this would be very tricky because once we can see the original pair of words, we may be overwhelmed by choosing what we think is the best, but end up failing because we're really overwhelmed to answer right away. So if you, or this is also one tip that you may want to take if you'd like to answer, or you will really answer this analogy test, you have to make sure that the original pair is really familiar from you. If it is familiar for you, then this particular instruction will be applied. So the instruction here says similar relationship to the one expressed in the original pair. So you will have to look at the original pair. Try then to look at the options where the best similar relationship can be identified and be paired to the original pair of words. Okay? So for example, this one, tailor is to suit. Okay. When we say tailor, who's that? Mananahi. Ano ang kanyang tinatahi? Suit. Then, we may identify that it's a person who creates and its creation. Okay? Tailor and a suit. Now, where or what option could be the best similar relationship of tailor is to suit? Anyone? Anyone? One? Who else answers another number?
Number one, ma'am. Number one.
Number one. Let's try to check. All right, the answer is number one. And it's very, what? Obvious, no? That its relationship, since the instruction says the similar relationship of the original word, okay, should be matched, should have an automatic type of a similar connectivity, no? Between the original and the option itself. So, writer is the person itself who writes, and what is its writing is called manuscript. So the creation of a writer is, okay, a manuscript. And we say lyrics is to songwriter. Okay, actually we may be able to this could be an answer. Okay, songwriter is to lyrics. Okay, however, nauna po ang lyrics. Kung number 5 po, will make us really confused. We also have to consider in answering analogy the formation. Okay, the formation of our pair. Okay, kung ano po talaga ang ano po talaga ang pagkaka-arrange from our original pair will always be the pair of our option or the answer that best given a similar relationship to that particular original pair of words. Okay, so the best here is writer is to manuscript. Next. All right, as what I've made mention, writer is to manuscript fits this pattern because a writer creates a manuscript. Similarly, a tailor creates a suit. Okay. How about this? Needle is to knitting. Okay.
5, ma'am.
Who else answers another option?
Number 5, ma'am.
Okay, let's try to check. Very good. That's chisel to carving. Okay, in this analogy, we're looking for a pair of words that represents a tool or instrument. So a needle, this is a tool used in knitting, and chisel is also a tool used in carving. All right, very good. All right. This one, frogs is to jump, bird is to what? Very
5,
obvious.
ma'am. 5.
Okay. Ewan ko na lang talaga kung hindi kayo maka-answer nito. No? If this would be the one of the tests that will be given. It's very simple. Okay. Of course, an action of a frog is jumping and an action of a bird is flying. So, it's fly. Archive is to document. Okay.
Museum artifacts, ma'am.
Museum artifacts. Okay. Let us try to check. Very good. Because, okay. First word represents a place. Okay. So, archive is a place of the documents. Okay. Represents a place or entity that collects and stores the second word, which is also similar to our answer, which is museum is to artifacts. Where can we find artifacts? Automatically, we'll have to look for a museum. How about this one? Slingshot is to stone.
Oh, arrow, ma'am.
Bow
Number
arrow
5.
5.
All right, very good. Because it says here, we're looking for a pair where the first item is a tool or device used to launch or propel the second item. Among the options provided, bow is to an arrow. Fits this pattern because a bow, a tool used to launch or propel an arrow, just as a slingshot is a tool used to launch or propel a stone. So that's bow and arrow. Oppress is to freedom. Okay, what will be our answer here?
3, ma'am.
Confined movement, ma'am.
Okay, very good. It says here, the first word represents an action that restricts or hinders the second word. Okay, so to maintain the same pattern, we need to find a pair where the first word represents an action that restricts or hinders the second word. Among the options provided, confine is to movement. Fits this pattern because to confine someone is to restrict their movement, similar to how oppressing someone restricts their freedom. So, very good. The correct answer is confine is to movement. How about this one? Tiger is to carnivorous.
Number 3,
Number
ma'am.
3, ma'am.
3, okay. Very good. Obviously, no. Cow is to herbivorous. Hindi ba talaga kumakain ng anything yung cow? Sabi nila, it does not make a cow herbivorous kasi daw kumakain daw yung iba ng plastic. nagiging, hindi na siya herbivorous. Parang naging omnivorous na po daw siya. But, you know, of course, that's a joke, no? So, we cannot consider it that way. So, still, cow is too herbivorous. Okay, very good. So, this pattern, meaning it primarily eats plants. Okay. How about this one? Snow is to mountain, is to ski. Wave is to sea, is to
Surf, ma'am.
surf. Oh, all right. What do we do? Very good. What do we do whenever we have wave plus sea, of course, no? We do surfing. Okay, this explains that we have a relationship where an activity or action is associated with a particular natural element or environment. In the first part, snow is associated with mountain, and the related activity is ski. So similarly, of course, in the second part, wave is associated with sea, so we need to find the related activity, which among the options provided is, of course, surf. Okay. Emit is to odor. Okay.
Number 4, ma'am.
Heat, ma'am.
Radiate is to heat.
Heat.
Very good. Now here, we are looking for a pair where the first word represents an action. An action here is emit. Okay. And the second word represents the result or effect of that action. So among the options provided, radiate is to heat. Fits the pattern because when something radiates, it gives off heat, similarly to how emit relates to odor. Okay. Blue is to peace, white is to what?
Purity, ma'am.
Purity. Okay. Very good. That's purity. Obviously, no. Blue actually, they actually have said that these colors really represents somewhat like peace or like purity, no? They're giving us this type of words that will really link, no, to its color or representation of its color with these adjectives, no? Peace or these nouns, no? Purity, peace, okay, serenity, sadness. It has also a color. I think it's green. From what type of movie is that? No, it represents something. So I don't know if it's already official to claim that blue is to peace really and white is purity, but scientifically it's I don't know. It says it's not really an official that we have to, you know, have these colors to represent peace or to represent purity, because it in other countries, peace can mean any color, no? From our speaker in our colloquium, it says we have different types of colors, or we like colors or different colors that will really represent our peace. Okay, so it's really not necessary that we have it as blue, no? But I don't know when can we get, no, this answer, if when would be this blue can be officially the color of peace. But as of now, no, we'll stick to it as it is. And obviously white is to purity. So I guess these are the things that I'd like to add, no, for our final coachings, especially in our analogy part of the tests, no. I know we've been very busy lately, and Sometimes there are times that power interruption will always go through, no, in the different places that we are in. So it will really hinder our schedule, no, and our time. So this time I am just giving this, no, as another resources, or shall we say another review material that you may be able to um, perhaps look into and search, and also find any other related review materials that will really supply, no, or have, supplementary to any of the things that you see you are in, you are weak, no, make sure to identify them. And perhaps you can always go through any sites that can really enhance, no, the type of tests that will be included in the verbal reasoning part. All right. So I guess we are done with our last session. I am really grateful that you have me as your lecturer for the past months, no? And I am very honored to be a part of your journey or review journey. And hopefully we're praying and perhaps, yeah, praying more for the success of this batch. Okay? I guess wala na pala akong ano, ano pa bang kailangan nating i-add. I think that's it for me. I'd like to invite you all, no, to open your cameras again so I may see. Only have 10 participants now, but hopefully, no, most of you will also answer the review materials that will be given to you by Ma'am Cha and Sir Jory. All right, may I have the beautiful and handsome faces. Okay. How about the others? Okay. All right. So again, I thank you all for your patience, no, understanding, and also your time in being with me as your lecturer. I hope you all a very successful review as well as very successful in aiming your goal, no, as or passing this particular exam or tests. Thank you so much for your time, everyone, and I thank you all. Goodbye.